Hi everyone, it's Nicole, and I have another layout using the Spencer's kit, and I had used my die cut machine and cut out these hexagon for the last layout, but I didn't end up using it, so I decided to use it on this layout. I didn't want them to go to waste, so I'm just going to lay them out, and I'm just trying to do it a little differently than I did any other months that I used the hexagon. So I'm going to make a few clusters. And that's going to be the last cluster to the top right. And the top right, I'm just going to put 3 of them. And this photo is of my oldest daughter and my grandson. And my son had a hockey tournament. It was at the end of March. And it was in a different city than we live in. So we had rented a hotel so we could stay there. So it was actually the baby's first day in a hotel. And he was only like 6 weeks old. So I wanted to document that. So now that I have all the hexagons where I want them, I'm going to use my quick dry adhesive and just glue them onto the page. And this is the 21 out of 50 for the Facebook challenge. And I do have the link in the description. And it took me an hour and 24 minutes. And it is the 17th layout using the Spencer's kit. And I have another one almost completed, and I think I might do one more, but I don't know if I'm going to reach 20. I might. I just keep thinking of different things that I can do, so we'll see. But I don't have a lot of papers left, so we will try to reach 20, but I can't wait to start the May kit. So now I took out a Studio Calico template, and it's all little hexagons. And it is called Hexagon Mask. And I know I want to put it in behind the photo, but I can't make up my mind what color I'm going to use to ink it up. So I just kind of sit it in behind the photo, and I figured while I'm thinking, I'll just get something else done. So then I'll pull out my die cuts and start choosing different things that I can put on the page. Because I just could not make up my mind what, if I was going to use a mist or if I was going to use some paint so I figured I would just leave it, work on something else, and then come back to it later. I guess it took me a little longer than I thought to decide to move on to something else. So now I'm going to, look at papers to see maybe if I could put some layers of paper, but I decided to use a doily. And I'm going to cut it in half. I'm going to put top right and bottom left. And at first I think that my title is going to sit where I cut the bigger part of the doily. But then I decided against it as I go, move on into the page. So this is where I'm going to go through all the die cuts that, we got in the kits. And I did get 2 add-ons plus the Project Life, and the Project Life this time had some die cuts too, so had a ton of die cuts this month. And like I said, this is page 17, and I've used die cuts in every single one of the pages, and my little dish is still full. So I'm going to be sure to just keep it around and use it for the next few months, because there's no way I'll be able to use all that up. And I just want to make sure I just don't put it, in my stash and don't get to use it. So again, I'm just going through all the stuff, trying to figure out, what else I could find in there that would coordinate with the page. And that little love arrow was actually from a digital kit that I had gotten printed at Staples. And I just got it done Staples online, and it's the glossy paper, and it comes out so nice. And then I just cut it apart and put it on manila tags, and then it's right there when I need to use it. So I had there was a tab there that said good times, and I thought I was going to put it to the right of the photo, but I decided against it and decided to put something else there a little later on in the video. So now I think I finally decided that I'm going to use some white ink. So I pull out my Close to My Heart white daisy ink and just a sponge, and I'm going to sponge in those little hexagons, and I'm going to put it in 3 different spots. And basically it's just so that the photo's even more grounded. And I just want to do a page that had different sizes of hexagons, but I didn't want it to be all paper. And I'm also going to put some to the right of the photo. And once I have the hexagon in there and I start playing with my title, I decide that that's where my title is going to be to the right of the photo, right over top those hexagons, and that way my title is also grounded. Because I want to use some white letters, and that doily obviously is white, so I couldn't put the white letters on white because it just didn't show. So at first I just do a few little hexagons, because at this point I don't even know yet that I'm going to put my title right there. So I'm looking at my Pebbles stickers that we got a few months ago, and I'm looking through now my labels. So I'm going to take a few that are red, and I'm going to cut them in half and use them up. I'm looking for some washi tape that I could, possibly add to the page, but I decided against it. So I'm going to put those little tabs or tags in 3 spots on the page. And I'm going to take out some twine, some red twine. And now I went through my wood veneers and took out those little tweet birds. And I just love those. They're just so cute. And I just want to put like a mama bird and the baby bird. And then there was a little heart in the Pebbles sticker sheet. And I took that out too. So the little birds are going to be kind of sitting on the little hearts, on the little heart. So it kind of represents, my daughter and her son. And this page, I mean, it only took an hour and 24 minutes, but for having the hexagons already, cut out and everything, so probably I can add another, 5 minutes. So probably an hour and a half, we'll say, to get this page completed, because it took time to cut out those hexagons. But I was just stumped. I just could not get it to flow the way I wanted to. It took me, I wasted a lot of time just kind of staring at the page. So I just decided to give up, and I stopped the recording and came back to it. I believe it was the next day. And I had ordered some Freckle Fawn cameras with my scrapbook haul for completing 50 layouts. So I took one of those out, and it's just a white little camera. And I just put it at the top right of the photo, and it just kind of, I'm even going to put it up a little higher so that it touches the cluster, the top cluster, so that it looks like all one cluster. And now I'm working on my twine, and for that I am using my This to That American Craft. And I had a request if I could do a video just showing how I do the twine. And I have 4 more night shifts. Today is Friday, July 19th. So I work tonight, the 19th, the 20th, the 21st, and 22nd. And then I have 4 days off. So I'll do it on my 4 days off. But for my next 4 night shifts, I won't have time, because I just basically get home, sleep, get up, and go to work. When I come home from work, it takes me a bit of time to kind of settle down. So I usually put in 35-40 minutes on a scrapbook page. I don't usually get it completed, but at least after a couple of days I have enough to upload a video. So, and I'm usually ahead on my videos, so it kind of helps. But I did get the comment, and I am going to do something. It's just, you might have to wait a few days before it actually goes up. So now this is where I noticed that it would look nicer if I inked up more of that area so that the title would have something to ground it to the page. And for my title, I use the Kelly Perky white letter stickers and the red ones. And also I answered Janet's questions yesterday, or I thought I did all her question. And she asked, I didn't see the part where she asked the weight of it. It's not a thicker's weight, it's more like a sticker, like a cardstock sticker, but it's a nice weight. It's not flimsy at all, like it's a nice weight. So that's it. If you want to see some close-ups of my layouts, you can go to 2 Peas in a Bucket or Studio Calico in the members gallery and look for Nicole Jones 911, and you'll see some up close and personal photos. So thanks for watching. Bye.